Hello and welcome to the Pit Stop Podcast, Formula One edition, your fastest podcast here on YouTube. I'm your host, Dominic Konowski. Well, folks, today is the day. It is finally here. The Miami Grand Prix presented by Crypto.com. And what a historic day it is for Formula One as the United States of America gets their second circuit here on the schedule, just to add circuit number 3 next year in Las Vegas with the Strip. This is going to be such a fun race to watch. So many overtaken chances, but also very narrow track at some points with some S's. I think it's going to be a very brutal race on the drivers. It's supposed to be well into the high 80s come green flag. It's going to be a very bodily race, if that makes sense. It's going to be a very intense race. It's going to take a toll on the drivers. And not to mention, some strategy may come into play. I did check the weather before I made this video. There is a slight chance of rain, just below 50%, but it seems like it's only going to last for maybe a half hour. I don't think it's going to play that much into effect. But if it does rain before the race or during the race, it will cool down the track at least a little bit, so that could add into strategy. And of course, if it starts raining while the race is going on, we may see some drivers throw on some intermediate tires if it gets to be that slick out there. Now, when it comes to your starting lineup, you have a Ferrari first row lockout and a Red Bull second row lockout. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz gets P1 and P2. Max Verstappen and teammate Sergio Perez gets P3 and P4. Then after them, you got Valtteri Bottas out-qualifying former Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton. Bottas doing that in an Alfa Romeo, getting a great start for today's Grand Prix. And then you have Prix Gasly and Lando Norris. And then rounding out the top 10, you have Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll, who had a very impressive qualifying one, getting into that Q3. Overall, coming into this race, your top 5 in points, you have Charles Leclerc with a race plus lead. He comes in safe no matter what happens today. He will leave with the points lead. He has 86 points, besting Max Verstappen's 59, who's over Sergio Perez's 54. And then the last two to round out the top 5 is George Russell, who has 49 points, and Carlos Sainz, who has 38 points. When it comes to constructors' points, Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes have the top 3 spots with 124, 113, and 77 points respectively. This is going to be a huge day when it comes to teams. This points race is heating up. Max Verstappen had some troubles at the beginning of the season. It seems like Red Bull got those fixed, and he's been on fire. It's really been Leclerc versus Verstappen, like how it was last year when it was Hamilton versus Verstappen. The question is, can Max Verstappen maximize his points day in the Grand Prix? He's going to have to start behind the points leader, Charles Leclerc. I'm Dominic Konowski. Comment down below what you guys think. I'm signing out. Take it easy, folks.